Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the best damn professional wrestling podcast on the planet. I am, of course, one of your two co-hosts himself, Odin's greatest creation, the gift of this generation, Mr. Perfection himself, Lakota Carter. And I got my guy in the chair, the Ned to my Spider-Man, the Patrick to my SpongeBob, the Peacemaker to my Vigilante, Mr. Magic Fingers himself. And man, for the first time in my 20-some years of watching wrestling, you guys, your boy wasn't on top of it today, but life catches up, life beats us up. So we're gonna rely on Drew to be our play-by-play man. Let me know what you thought, man. What intrigued you this week, and what product had you? All right, I'm watching next week, and I'm
There,
excited.
there, there was a theme I noticed
Mhm.
after the Super Bowl. Everybody was so concerned. Oh, they're just speaking one language. We don't understand it. Blah blah blah. We need a translator. We need something. And then Raw has a segment where there's just Spanish speaking. No, 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 no subtitles. No nothing.
Yeah.
NXT has a moment where they have AEW had a moment. I'm like, what the fuck? Come on,
Yes.
fellas. Like,
Yes.
but no, every single show this week
Mm-hmm.
had something that stuck out. And even though there's rumors going around like crazy that Triple H is potentially going to be losing his job by the end of the year,
No.
he's going to try to go out in style. Because
Yeah.
I have to say, bravo to the way they're currently doing things right now.
Yeah.
If if it stays consistent,
Yes.
they've waited too long, as we've been saying for a while, to for us to be able to figure out who's going to be the matches for Mania.
Yeah.
Because really, we only have one.
Yeah.
We only have one.
Mm-hmm.
By now, we've already known at least four or five,
Yes.
and at least who's the headline for each night, since they've broken into two nights.
Yes.
We don't have that right now. We only
Mm-hmm.
have a one confirmed match. But Raw started off with an amazing opening uh opening promo of Becky Lynch and AJ Lee,
Yes.
which I don't care who's playing the heel, who's playing the babyface out of those two whenever they're on screen, it's magic. It really
Yeah.
is. And we
Yeah.
find out that it's going to be them two at Elimination Chamber for the title.
Yes.
So, bravo. Bravo. And then the very next thing we have is the World Tag Team Championship match between the Usos and Alpha Academy. And I have to say, as much as I knew Alpha Academy was not getting the titles, it was a hell of a match.
Oh, it was so much fun.
It was a hell of a match. To see Tozawa actually, doing more than just a jobber and just doing his little dance or whatever he does side to side.
Yeah.
Um, it was a great match. And the ending afterwards when it was the show of respect of helping each other up, the Usos helping each other, or the Usos helping Tozawa and Otis up. It wasn't scripted. That was a legitimate respect between four athletes. Just saying, congratulations. That was
Yeah.
a hell of a job. Kudos. I love seeing that. I want to see more of that, but at the same time, you're not going to see that for every match. But I loved seeing that for that one
Mm-hmm.
because it really was two baby faces teams going after each other,
Yeah.
and they put on a hell of a show. And then you got to see the greatest women's Royal Rumble winner of all time, and you can say time for like 30 seconds, and that's as beautiful as that woman is. It's kind of getting annoying. Um, she comes out in the $600 pair of shorts, the $2 T-shirt, and then the $2 T-shirt that's covering up the part we really wanted to see. But anyways, um, they have their little altercation with Stephanie Vaquer.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that we already would know who she is going to go after.
Yes.
But at the same time, I like the fact that they are drawing it out because we don't know who's going after the women's world title. We don't know who's going after the women's WWE title.
Mm-mm.
I'm okay with either one that she wants to go after because she could do a hell of a job, with that story. But
Yes.
that was the moment where I was like, hey, we're just going to speak Spanish for a little bit. And there's no translation, no nothing on Netflix.
Yes.
But yet you can translate everything else
Yeah.
with Netflix.
Mhm.
They still haven't figured out how to get rid of all the damn commercials or do the picture within picture in Netflix, which it's very pathetic in my opinion. But
You're very, very.
they claim they're working on it.
Mhm.
But right after that incident, we had Rhea Ripley going after with Lyra Valkyria and Ivy Nile, and they put on a great Elimination Chamber
Yeah.
match, or the qualification match,
Mhm.
in which we saw Mommy get the win.
Yep.
But then it was like, hey, Punk's gonna come out and he's gonna do his little interview with Michael Cole. But then that got interrupted very quickly with old boy Finn Balor. And this is why I will say I'm looking forward to Finn Balor versus CM Punk at Elimination Chamber
Yes.
for the title.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping, and if I am correct on this, hey, creative, give me a job because I could probably do better than you. I'm hoping that there is an interference and a disqualification to end the match with no one
Yes.
actually winning.
Yep.
But I hope there is some sort of a disqualification with Tribal Chief coming in,
Yes.
putting his little expertise into the story, so
Yep.
that at Mania it is not CM Punk versus the Tribal Chief. It's a
Mhm.
triple threat
Yeah.
with CM Punk, Finn Balor, and the Tribal Chief. But I want to see Finn Balor come out with the victory.
Yes.
I
And
want to see Finn Balor take it.
I think that's what we all want to see, but I want to give my take on this whole Spanish thing. And
Okay.
we're a very outspoken podcast, so a lot of people might not like what I'm about to say.
Go for it.
People
I got your
griping
back on.
about this Super Bowl are just assholes, and I'll tell you why. Just because somebody speaks a different language than you don't have to be an asshole. There were literal people online wishing for death threats to this guy.
Yeah.
And as a fan of his music, and yes, I cannot understand his music, but I tell you what, his music makes you want to bob your damn head. You might not understand what he's saying, but it
Yeah.
gets you moving. And what a lot of people, I think, were going over with his halftime performance at the end of it, he showed that it's not about Spanish, it's not about Puerto Rican descent, it's about unity in this country, it's about unity in the world. And I'm a huge fan of the guy. I think he is one of the most humble human beings on the planet. And I can't wait to see him come back to WWE because the dude does great things there. Um,
I'll give you that.
you know,
I'll give you that.
my take on this whole women's title thing, I genuinely, this is probably the weakest storyline they have going on Raw.
For
Uh,
which title?
both of them, both titles to me are just, I give Triple H credit because he's a guy that will take chances on somebody and throw it at the wall and see if it sticks, and if it doesn't, he'll fix it. This Stephanie Vaquer title reign has not worked
No.
at all.
But I think they did throw it up on the wall to see if it would stick, but at the same time they decided, let's put a lot of focus on the tag team division.
Yeah.
And they took too much focus on that, and they let the Intercontinental title that they're trying to build up, the women's US title, which
Yes.
they built up on. Thank you for building on those, but take the same level of concentration for all belts.
Yes.
Don't focus a story on around one set of belts or whatever. Do it for the entire division. And
Yes.
that's what they're fucking up on.
And that's the thing I think that a lot of people are frustrated with right now, me in particular. You have these belts that you introduce and you focus on them for a little bit, and then they're just, a casual fan wouldn't be able to tell you who the current women's United States champion is or the current women's Intercontinental champion. They wouldn't be able to tell you. My thing with the Becky Lynch and AJ Lee segment, like you said, every time they're in the ring, they make magic.
They do.
But my one gripe about this, man, and I don't know what it is, but just AJ's mannerisms during this promo pissed me off. I don't know why, but the fact that she was like, "Oh, you're the greatest women's professional wrestler to ever exist," and I will say
She's
that
the original crazy chick, though, man. Like, so
it,
it might
it
be part of her game.
I know, but another thing that made me angry. Number one, and this is just me nitpicking, but because I'm an asshole and I nitpick and stuff like this. Becky Lynch said that they were in AJ Lee's hometown.
Mm-hmm.
They're not in AJ Lee's hometown at Elimination Chamber. AJ Lee's from New
Right.
Jersey. Okay.
Yeah.
She's an honorary Chicagoan because of who she's married to. But other than that, I
It's
thought,
her second home.
yeah, it's her second home. Other than that, I thought the segment was okay. I'm excited about their match at Elimination Chamber. Um, I will agree with you about this triple threat. I hope that's what they do, man. But I'm a huge Balor fan. I have
Yep.
followed this guy from 2013 forward to today. And what a lot of people don't understand, he has history with Roman Reigns,
Yep.
deep history. Roman Reigns was the first guy that when Finn Balor showed up to the main roster, he beat him to go on to SummerSlam to face Seth Rollins in that
Yep.
inaugural Universal Championship. And contrary to popular belief, and I will say this till the day I die, the demon should have been protected like the streak. It should have never been beaten. Roman Reigns is the only man to beat on the main roster. There is only two men in history that beat the demon, and that is Samoa Joe in NXT in a cage match, which was bullshit, and Roman Reigns at Extreme Rules in 2022, I believe.
Yep.
If we do this triple threat, if we do it, I don't want them to bury Balor.
No.
And like you said, I want Roman Reigns to come out and interrupt this match because I don't want to see Finn get pinned again. I don't want to see it. And I don't want to see CM Punk get pinned in his hometown. So that's the safest way out. But my only concern about this triple threat at Mania, you're in there with two of the biggest draws of all time in Roman Reigns and CM Punk. He's not winning at Mania unless we bring back the demon.
But I think that will be something that happens for Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
He's going to realize I can't do it on my own. I need the extra help.
Yeah.
So then he brings back the demon.
I hope so.
But it's a surprise at Mania. We won't find out until, like, he's going to realize the entire time, or make it seem like the entire time through the story of, I got to figure out what's that one thing I need. What's the one thing I need? People are going to think, oh, you need the Judgment Day. You need your family or whatever. And he's like, I got to figure this out on my own. And then when it's time for his music to hit, it's going to be the demon's music, not his normal. And you'll see the smoke come out, the red lights are against the smoke, and him crawl out there like he should. That's going to be that extra part that he needs.
And I think if that happens, and as a Balor stan, because
I'll break my fucking TV, dude. I'll lose my shit.
I will cry. Like I'm saying it now. If I see the demon come out, I will legit shed tears. And I think if that happens, it will be one of the biggest WrestleMania pops of all time. Because we all saw the pop that he got in Dublin. People say, oh, it's because he was in Ireland. We can say that it was no, it's because we've been begging people since this whole Judgment Day, since Rhea and Priest left Judgment Day, we've been begging. Just give us NXT Balor back, please.
Yes.
Even NXT when he went back in 2020 and did the heel where he was the Prince. Give me that Balor. Give me the guy coming out in the black coat and the crowd behind him. And that's my one concern is if he's in there with people like CM Punk and Roman Reigns, do we pull the trigger then? I would, you would, but historically,
oh, I'm gonna pull that trigger till it fucking breaks.
Yeah, exactly. I think we all would, but Triple H, I feel like because Finn Balor is a Triple H guy. I mean, he really is. I don't think he pulls the trigger. I'm not pulling an LA Knight, and I'm not saying, oh, this guy's doomed, but it has to happen soon. Because if you're Fergo Devitt, not Finn Balor, if you're Fergo the person, you look at what your friends in AEW are doing, and you say, holy shit, they got Adam Copeland, who I have history with. Holy shit, they got Adam Cole, who I have history with. And correct me if I'm wrong, they have a guy named the Aerial Assassin, who I've never been in the ring with, who people call the best wrestler in the world, mostly me. You look at that roster, and Fargo, if you ever listen to this, or if I ever get to have a conversation with you 15 years down the road and you're still in WWE, leave. Leave. Go to where you will be used, because look at that AEW roster as it stands right now. You put him in the ring with anybody, and he makes magic. Um, that's my only concern about Finn Balor is not pulling the trigger on him. To me, he's personal to me. He was the first character outside of WWE bubble that I latched onto and said, that's my guy. And so when he showed up, like most people are like, oh, cool, this new guy. Finn. No, he was Fergo Prince Devitt to me. So I have a long, long love for the character and the person, because that's what pisses me off. This guy is the most hardworking guy. You've given him shit after shit after shit, and he's made masterpiece after masterpiece with it.
Yep.
Just put a belt on him. For sake, put a belt on the man. Jesus Christ. Other than that, man, I really like what they're doing with the Usos right now. In my opinion, and I know this is going to be controversial, and I might get a Andrew Hout tilt during this, but I truly believe that the Usos are the greatest tag team of all time. I don't think when you look at the history, and you could say, oh, it's because they're part of the bloodline. Those guys took a tag division, them and the New Day in 2017, that was the drizzling shits and made you pay attention.
Yeah.
And
I won't discredit that.
That's been my thing with Jay this whole time. It was cool. He won the world title, great, but he is always better with his brother beside him. On the microphone, in the ring, he's always better. So I'm excited. But Jesus, just do something right. Johnny lost Tommaso, and that's another tag team gone from the main roster. We'll talk about Tommaso Ciampa in a second.
Yeah. Let's hold off on it.
I'm a little pissed off.
Let's hold off on it.
But there's another tag team gone off the main roster.
Yeah.
They've got so many guys right now, man. I mean, it feels like to me that they're getting lost in the shuffle.
They got too many guys.
Yeah, we saw.
Hey, give me a moment.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Take your time. So here's the thing, guys. And here's what I'll say. The thing for me is they have so many guys right now, like Royce Keys, who they showed at the Rumble, who they, did this and did that with at the Rumble, and they made that big initial pop. And right now, maybe they're waiting till after Elimination Chamber, but they have so many guys that aren't being used. Obafemi a couple weeks ago was, built like a monster. He's the first guy in a long time, maybe since Ryback, that I seen. He took on the War Raiders, who is a decorated tag team all around the world, and beat the shit out of them.
Flat out destroy.
Yeah.
A team that came onto the roster with the same type of
push,
destruction.
Mm-hmm.
And then to turn out and just flatten them like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like, dude, I was not expecting, because you knew with Oba coming out or being out there, all right, they're going to get some jobbers or whatever. To see that he came out against them and did that, oh, wow. Dude, no. That's not supposed to happen.
No.
But he did, and it just set such a standard. Just holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, I know I said this about Braun Breaker. I think your two guys going into the next 10 years, are Braun Breaker and Obafemi. I think those guys will be respectfully, I know this is going to be crazy, they will be their Triple H, John Cena, and Randy Orton of their era.
Yeah, I can agree with that. And potentially even throw another name in, but that's a controversial issue at the moment as well, because
Ethan Page.
I would love to know what's going on with Royce.
Yes, that's what I was just saying. So here's my thing, and we'll get back on topic here in a second, but we've kind of, had time to bail. This is our first podcast, I believe, in a week or so. So there's a lot that's happened. They had that initial pop at the Rumble, and I popped hard. I popped massively.
That whole
arena did. and we know that Michael Cole watches AEW because he said, I'll follow this man's career, and there's only one place that man's went that you can follow him. Um, I'm worried because he did compete in a dark match against Nathan Frazier for main event before SmackDown or after SmackDown, either one of the two. And I'm worried because where does he fit in now?
There was talks that he was going to be a SmackDown superstar.
Yeah, that's still
They're
on the
going to think
road.
Elba's going to have to be on one, and he's going to have to be on the other.
Yeah, because we can't
Can't
have
have both of
two.
them on the same one.
No, we can't
Because
have.
could you imagine they go back to the old school ways of bragging rights or Survivor Series,
Oh my
and you
God.
got one representing Raw, one representing SmackDown, and it's them two button heads?
Good God.
I
Um,
mean, you don't talk about them being team captains, but that just being the true enforcer of that team. I mean, Jesus, you talk about reinforcing that ring for sure.
I mean, can we go back to Survivor Series 2019 where we had NXT in the mix as well?
Yeah.
Like, just I love war games. I love it. I would honestly be okay with them making it its own personal pay-per-view.
Make it that on style of match.
Yes.
Keep it at Survivor Series, but have a Survivor Series style match. The
Yes.
old school method.
Yes.
Have your War Games match. You know,
Yes.
you can have more than 4 matches at a pay-per-view.
I mean, we're recording this the day of Collision Grand Slam. They have like what 10 matches on their card, 5 or 6,
They have like a 2.5 hour time limit, so they actually are going to be having like 5 or 6, maybe 7. But still, that's
and that's on free television, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah. That I mean, like how do you not rack your brain around this after a certain amount of time, and you're seeing that hey, we're getting our asses just dog walked, and when it comes to the
Quality.
viewers and viewership and everything,
Yes.
but how does it not connect? And like, oh, we're just gonna be stuck with doing things our way. Well, your way's not fucking working.
No, at all. Um, they're in Australia.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I know, I know. We'll get to that in a minute. We haven't finished Raw yet. Because I have two things
oh,
I still want to mention about Raw, or a few things I want to mention about Raw.
go ahead.
Um, your bouncy boy
Oh,
has this
shit.
week's holy shit moment.
Holy shit.
Yes, because when you've got El Grande, you know,
Junior.
Rajo or Rio or whatever, Blue Boy
Yep.
up there trying to do his thing. And then all of a sudden, here comes your bouncy boy off the top rope on the other side, hitting
Off
it with
of
an
screen,
OG
by the way.
cutter out of nowhere. That was absolutely beautiful.
The way it was shot to me was
Oh,
brilliant.
that made it even better. That
Um,
made it absolutely even better.
what a moment. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, go search Twitter. You'll find it
Oh gosh, I mean
with no
that's a
problem.
highlight reel on its own.
Holy, this, like I followed him since he was in DPW. Like, and I've been in independent shows where I've actually shared a locker room with the guy. He's the nicest guy you ever meet in your life. So he deserves everything he's getting right now. But the way this was shot, Rio, who is now we know who is Pete Dunne. Let's be honest, is on one side, who is getting ready to do something. We don't know what, but he goes to jump, and Javon Evans just comes off of screen, out of
Yep.
nowhere, and hits him with a perfect midair OG cutter. I mean, it was something you
And
could.
it kind of reminded me as amazing as when Evan Bourne went off the top rope and Orton caught him with
Yes,
an RKO.
it's on that level. Um,
But
it's
this was just one person jumping off the top rope and then another person jumping off the top rope. But you didn't
yeah,
see the other one jumping off the top rope. You're
yes,
thinking, oh boy's doing his move, and then all of a sudden, from out of nowhere, boom! It's like, oh my god, that
yes.
was fucking immaculate. But
I
again,
mean, he
the
he
way
just
that was shot, the
holy
camera angle made that the 100% holy shit moment.
yeah. He is getting, his mom posts. I'm friends with his mom on Facebook. She posts about him literally every week.
Oh yeah,
She's his biggest supporter. And Mrs. Evans, as I will call you, you and his father, who he has never met, to my knowledge, created a genetic specimen of a human being.
hmm
I mean, this kid is, I mean, I know we keep hyping him up week after week. He is something special.
yep.
Um, and it really reminded me of that moment where Logan Paul and Ricochet did in the Rumble.
Yes,
And it really wanted me to see Logan Paul versus Javon Evans for 30 minutes.
We'll get that eventually.
Oh my God.
We'll
Um,
get that. Eventually.
it was immaculate. I mean, it was unbelievable. It's something that you don't see a human being physically being able to do that. It's something you only see in a video game.
Yep.
But Javon Evans made a video game come to life. And what an incredible moment for him. I think he's going to be a very focal point in the future of what they got going on. I think they need to bring back the Cruiserweight Championship.
Yes.
Like
Yes.
1000%. And I want them to do it kind of like they do the X Division title, where you don't really have to be a certain weight limit to be a cruiserweight champion, but make it to where it showcases your high flying ability, because
You have to be a high flyer of some sort in order to compete
yeah,
for it.
yeah, as soon as Leon Slater gets his visa issues figured out, which I hope he has.
Fixed. It's fixed.
Okay, good. Scoop him up. Pay him as much money as we can and put those two on a WrestleMania card somewhere.
Yeah, you get them tag teams. And,
God, oh my God, man. I am so excited about the future.
But another person who stuck out to me Monday night, Natty.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Her villain side is coming out stronger than ever.
Yep.
And it's not the Divas champion bad girl side. This is the blood sport martial artist. I'm not coming out here to wrestle or to fight. I'm coming out here to hurt you.
This is Stu Hart's granddaughter.
And this is just her putting the sharpshooter on Maxine on top of the commentary desk and just seeing her arch into it and just completely get it set in was just amazing.
Yes.
And the only reason she really let go was the fact that AJ Lee came out to help. And then, of course, as AJ's trying to get Maxine out, here comes Becky Lynch attacking her.
Yeah.
Makes me wonder if Monday night we're not going to have a Natty and Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee and Maxine tag match.
It would make all the sense in the world.
But for a chamber.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see what happens. But, dude, I'm loving seeing this villain side. And the fact that they brought back the masked attacker.
Yes.
And for all internet marks, it's not Adam Pearce.
Nope.
It's not Logan Paul.
Nope.
At least not Monday night it wasn't.
Mm.
So we can get all of that out of the way. My guess, it's either Grayson Waller or Buddy Murphy.
Yeah, that's like, I know his contract says on the internet that it doesn't expire for a couple more years, to my knowledge, but don't believe everything you say on the internet. I think he's coming back regardless. I mean, his wife is one of the top stars of the company. The dude is fucking brilliant. If you haven't seen his work outside of WWE, hell, even when he was in WWE, when he's on 205 Live, oh my God, one of the best
performers. The only other person I could think of, since we saw literally everybody else we were thinking it could be going after him, and we know it's not Rollins yet.
Mm-hmm.
What if it is Jake Paul? So you've got Logan on the Vision, Jake on this other team, but you've got Seth being the puppeteer for both.
I'm going to be the minority here, but I would love that.
Oh, I would absolutely love it.
I mean, I can't stand his ass. In real life, I hate him.
Now, how long ago was the fight where he got his jaw fucked up and he had to have the surgery? So it's likely not him, but still, to throw that out there, that would be pretty wild.
Technically, the Masked Man, since he came back, has never had a physical altercation where he's been hit.
Right.
He's always been doing the damage. That was a little bit over a month ago, if my memory serves me correctly.
And the fact now it's been proven that he's not going after just one member of the division.
Yeah.
He's going after everybody now in their own way. So,
yeah.
Or everybody has been present now whenever this person has attacked.
And they're doing it what they should have done with the first one. They're doing it to where we honestly, We can throw guesses out all day long. We don't know who
Yep.
the fuck this is.
Nope.
We have no idea. I mean, we've seen
Nope.
close-ups where it's kind of like got red in the beard or little facial. We can see the facial hair a little bit through the mask. Anybody can grow a beard after 6 months. This could be somebody who is right under our noses who just hasn't been on TV in forever, and we forgot about him. So it's the most intriguing thing to me about Raw. Um, you know, at least for me. And I don't know, man. Maybe you said before we started the show you weren't excited about the CM Punk and Roman Reigns thing, and that's because of Finn Balor.
I don't want to see the one-on-one. I don't
Yeah,
want to see that one-on-one. I'd rather see that be the triple threat.
their promo Monday before this one,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
holy shit!
Yep.
As CM Punk is my favorite wrestler of all time. So to see CM Punk, a guy who left, and to see Roman Reigns, a guy who couldn't cut a promo 5 years ago to save his life, stand toe to toe with arguably the greatest of all time on the microphone. Holy shit.
Oh, to see the Z-Bros going at it was great.
So here, okay, that line to me, and we haven't watched Zootopia 2 yet, but I've seen little clips of the Zebros. I still gotta watch Primate's on streaming services now, so we still gotta watch that. There's so much that we gotta watch, but we will eventually get to Zootopia and Zootopia 2. And I love the Zebros. Just the little clips that I've seen, that's gonna be my favorite part of the movie.
Oh, it's a great movie. Great movie.
And so to hear him go, what is it? Some Zebros, some shit like that. And they didn't bleep it out.
Mm-mm.
Keep it that way. Keep it that way.
Yep.
I'm a firm believer that wrestling needs to be violent. It needs to
Yes.
have language. And a lot of people are like, oh, that's just a cop out. My old trainer, he was a preacher, so he was like, you don't need to cuss. If you need to cuss to build your stories, you can't build a story. That's because you were a preacher and to me, I need, an occasional go fuck yourself or I'm gonna kill you, motherfucker, in there because that
Yes.
makes it feel real. Because when you're
It
pissed
gets
off,
it personal.
yeah, when you're pissed off at somebody, you're gonna look at it. I'm gonna kill you, and I'm gonna make it real.
Yes.
And when he said, "I hate you," I always have. I hate you. That was more believable to me than when Seth Rollins told him he hated him.
Yep.
Because Roman was the guy they chose. Punk left the company at its lowest point, arguably, other than 2017, because God bless 2017 was awful. Left the company in their lowest point. Roman Reigns, whether you love him or hate him, saved that entire company. He did. He saved it. He is the guy that they've put over time and time again. He was shoved down our throats for years, and then he became beloved. So he was the guy that dug WWE out of their grave that they were in. So to see the guy who left and said so much bullcrap about it, and said, I hate him, I'll never go back, to see that guy face to face with the guy that dug it out of the grave and said, no, we're going to dust this off. That I'll put it on that back. That makes me want to see those two fight each other one-on-one because that, to me, is the ultimate Mania main event. As much as I love Balor, that's your ultimate story right there is here's this guy who said this company is dog shit. I hate it. I'll never go back. Came back, was beloved, one of the biggest pops of all time. And a guy who dug it out of the grave that it was in and put it on his back for 4 years was the most dominant champion we have ever seen. I want to see that. I want to see that because it's going to be a barn burner. But I do want to see that triple threat. I don't know. I'm kind of torn. I want to see that one-on-one, but I want to see Balor interjected in it. So it's a weird conversation. But is that everything you want to cover from Raw? Because I got some believers I want to talk to on about NXT. Whew. I'll be honest. NXT for me is kind of the middle show. It's on, so I watch it. It's been good from what I've seen of it. I love Jada Parker. Good God. I can talk about
that match. Oh my God.
Shucky ducky quack quack.
It's Valentine's Day, so can't go too much. But thank you, Lord, for what they did that Tuesday night.
Yeah, it was crazy. But we do have a new NXT champion who was crowned week before this week. And it's kind of who I said. I predicted it. I said y'all are saying, oh, it's gonna be this guy, it's gonna be that guy. And I said all you have to do is believe. And the whole NXT audience believes in Joe Hendry, and we have a new inspirational NXT champion in Joe Hendry. And what a move it is, man, because he is arguably the most over guy in the business right now.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
No
and
matter what brand.
yeah, it's not a Jey Uso situation to where he can't wrestle more than 5 minutes without being drunk or breathing heavy. Um, this guy's good, and he has that crowd in the palm of his hand. It got so funny. My wife hates when I jam out because when I'm taking a shower, I have an Alexa, so I have music on. I jam out to wrestling theme songs majority of the time.
Yeah.
I got her jamming out to Joe Hendry's theme song while she was taking a shower the other day, and that to me, when you can have that happen, you got some.
Yes.
And that song, people can say, "Oh, it's overrated." No, it is infectious. And Booker T, sir, keep doing what you are doing because you might have lost your devil's kiss, but you found your new niche in I Believe in Joe Hendry because it is the most belly inducing cackling that I think I've ever done in
Yep.
professional wrestling. Because the first time he did it, he did not know a single word.
Nope.
And then you could tell he said, "All right, I'm gonna go to Joe and he's gonna write these lyrics down for me and I'm gonna memorize it. And I'm gonna fuck up the second chorus on purpose."
Oh,
To
it's just when you get your buddy out drunk one night and you go to do karaoke and
oh my God.
you just pick up your own lyrics and you're trying to listen to the radio on that version of the song. But it was hilarious.
Gosh, he is brilliant. And I think this is you know, the right move for NXT going forward. I think Ethan Page needs to be called up immediately. I think he is the most consistent guy they have on
I
their
mean, we do have a new uh uh tag champs as well,
yeah,
and it is Mr. Iguana and Lola Vice,
yeah.
which that was beautiful, anyways. But um, yeah, but yeah, no, NXT was great.
It was
I can't say anything bad about NXT this week.
it's consistent.
It is. It's consistently amazing,
Do you
and
know
the
what?
fact that the to go back to Jada Parker and Blake Monroe's match,
Miss
the
Paul.
way that Jada snapped
Yeah,
after that match was over and just started taking out officials, taking out the barrier basically by throwing officials into it. I want to see this new version of her be a constant.
she is still the only African American female in the WWE history that got away with saying the N word on live television. Still one of the greatest clips I've ever seen in my life. Um,
Yep.
and it fits her because she's ghetto, but damn, if she ain't sexy as hell. Good
Mm-hmm.
God. Jey Uso, you are a lucky man. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you might not be able to wrestle, but you got Miss Parker, so it's okay. Um,
We'll
I
forgive
thought
you this time.
I thought it was very consistent, and it's consistent week after week. It's not going to be the best show you watch all week, but it's going to be good.
No,
Uh,
it's in the right spot in the week as well to get you after Raw before SmackDown.
yeah,
For us, before AEW and TNA as well, so it gives you your daily fix of wrestling.
yeah, and it's nice. It fits in very well.
Yes.
Um, moving forward to
Yeah,
something
let's go over
that
to
I,
AEW real quick.
that I want to take the floor with real fast.
Okay.
Now, don't get me wrong. The most match that I'm looking forward to tonight is that ladder match between Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe. I think they're going to do something that is going to be in the history books of wrestling forever. But why in the fuck? Sorry, kids, if you're listening, plug your ears. Why in the fuck do we bring a guy in like Tommaso Ciampa, who had an incredible debut, by the way? One of the most shocking things we've ever seen. Have one fucking title defense and then lose it after 11 days. It makes no sense to me. As much as I love the Proto Star, as I think he is the future of that company, why? Just to have a bullshit gimmick match on one of your biggest shows of the year. That's why they did it. But go ahead. You said earlier before I can tell in your eyes that you got something.
No, that right after that, that is where if I were Ciampa, I would go right into Tony Khan's office. And that is when I would grab that little weasel by the throat and I would drag his ass out into the arena in front of everybody. And it would be just like the old days of when Stone Cold whooped the dog shit out of McMahon when he's sitting in that hospital room, smack him up inside the head with the bedpan,
Mm-hmm.
and just whoop the holy shit out of him.
Yeah.
How dare you do something like that to him?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And he's just going to
Mm-mm.
be
I
another
would
WWE
I
champion.
would make him my bitch
Yeah.
from that point forward.
Yeah. And he just, and as great as his debut was, and as great as a one-on-one wrestler that he is, because we only got to see it in NXT really, and then he was back as DIY
Mm-hmm.
on the main roster. Because the dude's phenomenal. I mean, from bell to bell, dude's
Yeah.
incredible.
Yes, he is.
He's just going to be another WWE carryover.
And it makes me wonder if that has something to do with it.
Yeah.
If they did not just give him the opportunity to
Get
make a
him over
name for
there.
himself in another division or another brand,
Mhm.
and they're just going to say, "All right, we let you have your big pop, but yeah, you're just another WWE guy, so you're just gonna fuck you,"
And
because that's
here's the thing
exactly what it looked like.
that I think what they're going to do with him next, and I pray to God they don't put him in the conglomeration,
They better not.
the worst group in AEW's history. I hate it. I hate Orange Cassidy with a passion. I think everybody that's in that group that associates themselves with that fucking idiot goofball is just buried from the start. And
But that idiot goofball, I'm looking forward to his match tonight
yeah,
with Tony Storm
yeah,
because I really am curious who is getting their head shaved at the end of the night.
it's
That is the stipulation in that match. Whoever
yeah,
loses, you and your female tag partner lose their hair.
yeah. And I've been begging Willard Yuta for a year to 2 years to cut his hair. So I think tonight's maybe when we see it. And I think making Marina Shafir lose her hair, she's just gonna look more menacing, you know? Just give her the G.I. Jane cut. Um, although I don't think Tony Storm is gonna lose her hair because like Tony Storm, come on.
But they brought out Tony's wife afterwards, and they did cut her hair a bit
Yep.
after that match on Wednesday night, which that's just going to add more fuel to the fire for tonight. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Like I seeing the way that TNT title went
Mm-hmm.
really just threw me for a loop on how the rest of Wednesday night was going to go. Like
Yep.
I was still bitter, trying to enjoy the rest of the night, and I knew that it wasn't the fault of the other wrestlers going out there to entertain and to do their thing. But I was still pissed off when that last match came up about Ciampa losing his belt.
Yeah.
But yet to see the Young Bucks, the Rascals, and Private Party.
What a fucking
My youngest or my oldest came in during
mm-hmm.
that time asking if she could sit and watch wrestling with me.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, I normally don't let you watch AEW because at any time
Violence.
the violence could get extra.
Yep.
But that was the match that she got introduced to for AEW.
Mm-hmm.
I think that child has found her favorite brand to watch. And it was those three that put on one hell of a show. And she was fun to ask me, who do you want to win? And when really breaking it down, I couldn't be upset with no matter what team won that match. Because whoever won it was going to put on a hell of a show against FTR.
Yep.
And out of the three, the Young Bucks when you add up all of the titles that FTR and the Young Bucks have held, and just add that all up, that's like 30 something titles.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah.
And then to see old Smoke come out in that wheelchair afterwards. And the Young Bucks finally just like, we've had enough. They both got the super kick on the FTR. And then they just kind of look over at Smoke, and you can just see him like, oh, God, I got to figure out a way to turn this wheelchair around and get up the ramp. My daughter's laughing her ass off at that. She thought it was amazing. But then we go to the women's championship match. My daughter didn't understand that it was a strap match. So I'm trying to explain it to her. But then you have Bryan Danielson, who was on commentary for that match. He made the comment, and it was what my kid picked up on, stating that the belt they were using was the exact same strap that he used in his last strap match. And it still had parts of blood from him in that match.
Yeah.
And my kid just looked at me confused, but, huh? Like, don't they wash it? I'm like, I would think so, but if it's still got blood, that just goes to tell you how much blood that kind of match can get. And she goes, well, what do you mean? My daughter got introduced to the phrase of red is green very quickly after she asked about that. But I was shocked that the women's championship changed hands Wednesday night.
Yeah.
But the way it was done, that was one hell of a match.
Yeah.
I was truly impressed. I didn't think that Statlander's her reign as champion was the greatest.
Mm.
But that match where she lost the belt was probably the best match she's had while champion.
Yeah.
Besides the match she had against Monet.
Yeah.
And the surprise match that she won it. Because that was a hell of a fatal four-way.
It was.
This strap match against the Toxic Spider was outstanding.
Yeah. It was. I mean, it's just one of those things that, and I'm historically not a women's wrestling fan.
Right.
That made me smile.
Yes.
And
yes,
the fact that, your oldest was like terrified at the moment, like, they don't wash that thing.
Oh, yeah.
And then she figured out exactly what red or green means. That.
Oh, she found out real quick and in a hurry.
To me, that will be impact. That will be one of those memories that when she's older, she looks back on. Because that's your famous quote, red is green. And that'll probably be in your eulogy. At least I would make sure it's in there because, you actually introduced that phrase to me. I've heard red is green all the time, but just the way you break it down.
It's Taker. Taker's the one that came out with it, I do believe.
Yep. And so, I've always heard that from trainers and legends of the business, but there's just something about it when Drew says it, man, it sticks with you. And that's exactly what that match was. It was money. Tekla, I think, is one of the most gorgeous women in professional wrestling, one of the most underrated when it comes to her looks, and one of the most underrated when it comes to her in-ring work. Good God.
And to see the amount of punishment she can actually take.
Gosh.
Because that strap match, there's times where you can see in a match where no matter what the foreign object you're using, you can see if it hits flush, if it hits the ground first or whatever to minimize the impact.
Yeah.
96% of the shots from either competitor in that match was flush.
Yeah.
Leather hitting skin.
Yeah.
And there were times when Statlander got hit straightly across the face, right across the tits, and just, oh my, like it just
hurts.
It would be a match that my child was like, I even asked her flat out, you can leave if you want. Like, you've already started watching, you might as well finish to see how it goes. But when she saw how red Statlander's face was getting from the blood. And she's like, that's fake, right? I'm like, no, sweetie, that's real. Like, and then I showed her a bit of the the blood and guts match the women's had, where Sky Blue was not blue, she was red
Yep.
from head to toe at one point. I was like, that's not fake. That is legitimate. That is all real blood there. So, and she was shocked beyond belief that
Yeah.
they actually do that and it's controlled and whatnot. It's like, she goes, how is she not passed out? Like, I don't know what to tell
Good
you, but
question.
it was that much blood loss was insane.
Yeah. I think for me, this was the most violent women's match that I can
In a
remember
long time,
AEW putting on in my recollection.
especially on live TV, not a pay
Yeah.
per view.
Yeah, it wasn't on pay-per-view. They can get away with a lot more on pay-per-view.
Yeah,
Um, but for that to be on regular cable television to where, like you said, your oldest is coming in. And to me, I think kids should be protected from some things, but when it comes to wrestling, like, and they understand that. I think that was her clicking moment. You're always saying, yeah, they're performers, but that was her clicking moment to go, okay, they might be performers, but they do this
yeah,
for us. And I think that's what
yeah.
people,
There's no stunt doubles.
yeah,
There's no someone else
no.
is going to take the fall for you.
There ain't no cut. We'll try it again in 20 minutes. No, you just got to
Right.
keep going.
There's no breather.
And I think that was the, key moment for my fiance, who I have turned into a massive fan. When she realized that these people are putting their bodies on the line, genuinely, just
Yep.
so we can be happy. She gained a respect for the business that I had begged for her for years because wrestling is a part of me. It always will be. It's what I'm
Yep.
going to do for the rest of my life. And so for her to understand what I grew up and what I understood very quickly, it made me smile. And I think as a wrestling fan, whether it's your kid, your significant other, your brother, your cousin, your whatever, when you see that look in their eye that you got when you were 10 years old or 12 years old, and they're like, oh my God,
Yep.
that is what I live for. When you see those moments and when it can connect with people, wrestling is the greatest form. It's the greatest thing Odin has ever put on this planet, other than a female.
Okay.
Greatest thing that he has ever gifted us because it can take you on so much. It can have you here, and here, all in the same match. And this match for me showed people, yeah, we might be beautiful, but we're also going to beat the shit out of each other so you can go home and be happy. That to me is what wrestling is.
Oh, you
Because
definitely got your money's worth. That's for damn
we
sure.
didn't, there's so many people who are like, oh, we gender associate a lot nowadays. That match, we didn't give a shit.
No.
We forgot that they were women. And I was always taught in wrestling school because there was like three girls and the rest of us were guys. We beat the shit out of them because to
Mm-hmm.
us, they were professional wrestlers. They weren't women. And I think that's what people need to understand. That's my take. And a lot of people get upset about it. They're like, oh, you support intergender wrestling? Absolutely.
Yes. 100%.
Because if they're willing to go in there and get the shit beat out of them, then they're not women. They're professional athletes and they are professional wrestlers.
Yes.
So, yes. And this blurred the line. We forgot that these were beautiful, gorgeous women. We didn't care. They were athletes beating the hell out of each other.
Yep.
And it
And
was,
you gain a whole new level of respect for him at that point as well.
yeah, it was awesome. And, WWE says they have the best women's division in the world. No, you don't. AEW has the best women's division in all of wrestling.
Yes.
It is just
Hands down. Hands down.
incredible what those women do. And from this podcast to you guys, if you ever see it, thank you. And bravo. You deserve every
Yes.
flower. You deserve every bonus on that paycheck you're getting this week.
Yes.
Just wow. Incredible.
Yes.
And I know a lot of people are probably going to message me back and forth and be like, oh, you're just upset that they buried another WWE guy. No, I'm not upset at that, but why bring a guy in, bury Mark Briscoe? Because let's be honest, it's kind of what they did to just have him lose the title 11 days later.
I mean,
It,
there's no saying he can't get a title back tonight.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's always possible, but I don't know.
Well, let's
I'm,
move it over to SmackDown
I'm
because there's quite a
perplexed.
bit to cover there as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And let me just start off by saying, can we please get rid of Nia Jax?
Yes.
Can we please just get rid of her? I mean,
Fucking
she might
terrible
be an amazing woman outside of the ring. Um, she might be a great um,
person.
spokesperson
Yeah,
for something, whatever. I'm tired of seeing the botches and how dangerous she can be when
yeah. She's
she's not
reckless.
um, being professional. Because I'm actually concerned for Io Sky.
Yeah.
That whole table and her
Oh,
not being in the right spot. I literally wonder if Io Sky is legit hurt.
oh, it was awful to see. It really was, and it was one of those things that it just, man, like I said, uh, it was,
Because they
God,
used to say that Ryback was the most dangerous person to be in the ring with. To me, it's Nia Jax. To me, it's Nia Jax. I'm sorry, but I would not trust her to do any type of physical.
no,
If there was a intergender match and she was my partner or in my match, I will do whatever I can to get myself disqualified out of that match. Just
yeah,
because that I will know at that point, people are going to be getting out of there safely.
Jesus, that I mean, that's been my complaint with her for years, right? And here's the thing. So the thing is, with her, let's go back to Becky Lynch, 2019.
Hmm.
She shattered her fucking nose,
But that also helped Becky get
created the
elevated
myth.
in the process. I mean, they made it work, but that should have never happened.
Yeah, and honestly, if her lineage wasn't what it was, she would have been let go a long time ago.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
So she, to me, is still the, I think at the beginning of this podcast we said she was one of the most improved. No, we can go back on that statement.
yeah,
She's dangerous. She's reckless. She can't work. She can't cut a promo. She fucking sucks.
yeah,
And it's Dragon Lash Legend, who is a fantastic performer, down with her.
yeah. Definitely not the right person. Like, if she didn't have these issues, then yes, that would be the person to tag Lash Legend with. But with all of the issues, I wonder if they are trying to see if Lash Legend can improve her. But with this not being the case, obviously, get rid of her.
Yeah, because she's not, like, let's honest. Nobody popped when she came back to the Rumble the year she came
No,
back. Nobody cared.
she's getting booed every single time she returns.
Yeah, she's still getting booed.
Yeah,
Every time she has her voice is like nails on a chalkboard.
I would rather listen to um God, I'm drawing a
Biggie
blank now.
Guerrero.
No, no, I would rather listen to Jordan Grace.
Wow, that's pretty
I
bad.
mean, I would rather listen to Jordan Grace having an orgasm on auto tune than listen to Nia Jax.
Yeah, yeah, and that's saying something because we've historically said I think Jordan Grace is one of the most beautiful women in professional wrestling.
That voice is
Ooh, it sounds like a man. And
it makes you wonder a
here's the
lot.
thing:
But
she says she ain't on roids. Go back and watch her before she like dyed her hair and everything. Listen to her voice then, and then look
yeah,
at it now. No, she's on roids. Um, Nia Jax is the most reckless person in the history of the business. She's pathetic. I'll say that with a passion. And if I ever get to that company and she's still there and she sees this episode one day and it's like, what'd you say about me 10 years ago? You're fucking terrible.
yeah. Here
You're
here it is. Have a seat because here comes Truth Bomb.
you're awful. And the only reason that you are associated with that company is because your lineage is the most decorated lineage in all of professional wrestling history.
Yep,
Your cousins with The Rock, your cousins with the Tribal Chief, your cousins with the Usos. That's the only reason you have a fucking job.
yep. I would much rather see Tamina in there than see Nia Jax.
Yes, because Tamina can actually fucking wrestle.
Hmm.
Like a lot of people say them Samoans don't produce bad wrestlers. Well, they sure as fuck produced one there because
Yep.
I don't know how you can have so many people around you to where your family is the most decorated family in professional wrestling history. They have people like Umaga, who to me is one of probably the most underrated performer right next to Okozuna in history.
Yeah.
How you can have that on a silver platter handed to you and you're still fucking terrible.
Yep.
You're awful. You can't sell. You can't work. This is going to trigger the internet. Your weight to me is what pisses me off the most because yes, we can say, "Oh, you're fat shaming her." No, she's fucking fat, and there's no point in it because here's the thing: when your weight becomes an issue, for me, that's what has always scared me. When she started that Annihilator, I was like, that can't be comfortable. It's not safe, and I'm not fat shaming her. She's a beautiful woman in the face. Let's be honest here. But when your weight becomes an issue and puts your other people, look at Jacob Fatu, for example, a man who you look at him a year ago, he looked like he ate himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he put in the work. He went to a dentist, got his teeth fixed, lost the weight. Look at Chad Gable, another guy who literally looks like he ate himself. You have been in this company for almost 10 years, if I'm not mistaken, and you haven't had a fucking transformation from 10 years to now, you're doing something wrong. Put down the fucking Big Mac and go to the PC and do work. It pisses me off that we have
Yep.
people like this that are on a fucking weekly show when we have people like So Ruka and Zarya who are still stuck in NXT for some fucking reason.
Yep.
And this bitch gets TV time and they don't. It's fucking ridiculous. But moving forward, and the
Moving forward.
one thing I want to talk about that I have one thing as positive.
Okay.
Cody Rhodes.
Let's hold off on that.
Oh,
Let's
okay.
hold off on that. Because that was the main event. That
Yep.
was the main event of the night.
Mhm.
And I gotta say, they had a MFTs versus Wyatt Six moment
Yep.
that I know we're kind of getting tired of, but I really, really enjoyed the fact that the MFTs interrupted the potential U.S. Open Challenge.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be between Carmelo Hayes and Dragunov.
Yes.
But it was who came out to help Dragunov and Hayes.
Yeah.
That surprised me. And that 5-on-5 match was awesome.
Awesome.
It truly was. It gave everybody that wasn't getting the screen time they deserved to get because they were amazing wrestlers. It
Mhm.
gave them the extra screen time they needed, but it was just a way to continue the story without it just being the Wyatts versus the MFTs every single week with no actual progression.
Yes.
So I thought that was brilliant. But then we had another Elimination Chamber qualifier for the women.
Yep.
Which was Alexa Bliss versus Zelina versus Wish.com Woe Vicky. And so that was actually a decent women's match.
Yeah.
And I got to say, Zelina's new entrance, wow.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, boy.
But to see Alexa Bliss win that match, the women's elimination chamber is going to be very, very must watch.
Yeah.
We had a little moment afterwards with Trick Williams going against Ray Phoenix, which
What
was a
start.
great, great match, which went through more commercial breaks than I thought it would. But it was a great match, very entertaining the entire time. But the co-main event was the Women's Championship, Jade Cargill versus Jordynne Grace. Now, I truly thought and was hoping Jordynne Grace would have won that match. Because, like you said earlier, the women's division's championship reigns had been dog shit. So I was really hoping they would move on from Jade, from Jade Cargill. But I truly think her arm is fucked up after that match because she did her finisher, a one-arm finisher, not the way she normally would do her, whatever, the Beth Phoenix Glam Slam. I was really hoping Jordynne Grace would have won it, but it Sadly, didn't happen. But then you get the main event. So we did have Cody Rhodes versus Jacob Fatu versus Sami Zayn. So please, I want to hear what you had to say about that.
What do you want me here? I'm sorry, my wife came in.
No, you're good. You wanted to talk about Cody Rhodes earlier.
Okay, so I was with my second best friend in the entire world last night, going and getting his suit for his wedding and my suit. And there was a suit. We went to Men's Warehouse, and it was this all black suit. And this is how my brain is always on wrestling, and so is his. So we were going through his suit selection and what he wanted, and I said, "What do you think about that?" Because his our suits are going to be black and white. And he looked at me, and his eyes lit up, and he said, "Heel Cody Rhodes." I said, "Yeah, get rid of that baby bleach blonde hair. Heel Cody Rhodes written all over it." I wish I would have took a picture of that suit and sent it to you because that's exactly what I thought of. I want to talk about his promo when he was all fired up and had his lisp and he was Dusty.
Sounds just like Dusty.
Dusty 2.0. And
Yep.
man, if we could just get that Cody Rhodes. I get it. He's the marquee babyface. He's the new Make-A-Wish guy where he'll shake the kids' hands, make their lives, make their day. If we can get that guy that we got during that promo to be a vicious and know who he is, because he really hasn't, he shied away from that identity of being Dusty's kid. I want to see a cocky Cody Rhodes where he goes, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. I'm pissed off. And I am the American Dream's son. I am the guy's son who you didn't want as your top guy. But I'm your top guy now. And you've forgotten what my last name is. Dye his hair jet black. Have him come out in black suits. Do you remember when Jericho came back in 2010 and he was doing that soft spoken where he would show up in suits? Do that for Cody Rhodes. Have him come out, after Mania or whatever and be like, you know what? You've overlooked me. You've unappreciated me. And I'm the greatest Rhodes in my entire family. I think
we'll forget that.
Yeah. I took my family's name, who you buried for years and didn't want to acknowledge. I took my family's name and made you care and made you put the belt on me because I'm the biggest draw this company has ever seen. And it would work. It would work so well. And that's what pisses me off. And people were saying online that he buried Sami Zayn or whatever. No. Let him be this guy who do you remember when they tried to shove Roman Reigns down our throat and we hated it? Let him be what you tried Roman Reigns to be. Shove him down their throats until they get so sick of it and then flip that switch to where, you know what, you're booing me. I came back here because this is my home, but I came back here because this place was in shambles.
Yep.
Please, if they don't never take nothing from this podcast, Hunter, Triple H, Bruce, whoever's listening, for the love of fucking Christ, do what I am telling you to do, and he'll be your biggest draw since Stone Cold. And that it's just stuck in me, man, since last night. I saw that suit because it was jet black and had a black undershirt, and it was kind of in the style of his suits that he wears now. But I was like, dashing Cody Rhodes' hair in that suit. That's your heel Cody Rhodes, because you don't have to abandon his image, right? And that's what a lot of people are like, oh, he'd have to quit wearing suits. No, that makes it better because he comes out every week with a custom-made suit.
Yep.
$24,000 suit. If he still wears those suits, but it's all black, and he only speaks, to the people when he's pissed off, and he's got that lisp, and that's when he only gets angry, and that's when he only raises his voice, that'll make so much money it ain't even funny. Just have him come out there, be calm every week, but be a cocky, arrogant prick. That's what I want Cody Rhodes to be. But What is your take on Cody Rhodes and this whole Sami Zayn burying that people are claiming it was online?
I don't see it as burying,
Hmm?
but I don't see this match at Mania for the WWE title being a singles match.
No.
It's either going to be a triple threat or a fatal four way, at
Yeah.
least,
Yeah.
because somehow Fatu is going to get in the way of the Chamber.
Yeah.
And then between Chamber and Mania, Sami Zayn is going to find a way to get into that match.
Yeah.
So I still think, especially because of the fact that Drew McIntyre is interfering in every single match,
Yeah.
which I find so interesting that no one has said anything in the story. Because as soon as Cody interfered or went after him the other night, Cody had to leave. When Fatu whooped up on Drew the other night, Fatu had to leave. But yet, how many times has Drew gotten into, even though he's a champ, how many times has he interfered in matches when it came to who could be a potential number one contender?
Multiple times.
So there needs to be another stipulation, even though that's kind of the thing they're doing right now. If Drew interferes in another match, every person in that match is now in the match for his championship.
Yeah.
So, or whoever he screws over is the one that is in the match. So I could see it being Fatu, Zayn, Rhodes, McIntyre, and potentially someone else. So it could be a fatal five way.
Does that have enough star power to main event a night of WrestleMania?
Not main event, no. Second, maybe, or co main event. Hold
So that's my only concern is because we know historically, ever since we started two night manias, each title has been a main event every night. And I don't know if a fatal four way would work. I think Jacob Fatu should have multiply already been WWE champion, in my opinion, but that's just because I'm a big Fatu guy. Uh, I don't know, but it's interesting. This is the first time in a long time that we might not know what's going on, but they got me intrigued. And I just don't want him to bury Fatu. Like, because that's what I'm worried about with this whole thing, you guys, is because after that promo that him and Cody did where they were doing that face to face and Cody called him a lot, locked up, called him a thug pretty much in PG terms.
Well, see, I the only other way, if this becomes a fatal five,
Mm-hmm.
the other person would be Randy Orton that's involved.
Yeah.
Because that's we're going to find out exactly who went after Fatu.
Oh, see, in my head canon and the way I would book it, there's two people I would make that right, and it's been a thing since it happened. It's been several months. There's two people in my mind that I want it to be, and that's Randy Orton or Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
One of
But
the two.
still had them in the match.
Yeah, make it make sense.
But that's the only way I can see that title even being worth a shit for the story or for a match at Mania.
Yeah,
Other than it just being a potential fill-in match, which you never want that title to be represented that way.
no,
But as many people as they have had try to get that title here recently, and as many times as McIntyre has interfered, Orton is the only other one I can see going in for it.
yeah, and it makes sense. But that's what I'm saying. Like maybe if we put Randy in there, it's main event worthy to me. But I'm just a bit. I might be a big Sami Zayn hater, but I don't care enough about the guy.
I don't want to see him in it, but I could still see that being part of the story to build him up for something else.
Well,
Or
that's the
seeing
thing.
Sammy to actually have a heel turn.
Well, yeah, that's the thing that I'm worried about because if he say it is a fit for it, right, and we don't put Randy in there at all, and that main event's WrestleMania, because regardless, historically we know that each night goes to each championship at the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
Sami Zayn's winning that 10 out of 10 times. You know what I mean? So I'm conflicted because I'm not saying Sami Zayn's the worst wrestler on the planet. He's actually great, but I just don't see him as a main event guy. He doesn't scream main event guy to me like Fatu does, or
No, no,
in that,
no.
you know what I mean? And it's confusing as a fan from a fan standpoint. I love that belt. You know, that's the belt to me. I grew up with the big gold, um,
Hmm.
which to me is currently what they try to make the current world championship. But we know that the world championship is a secondary belt.
Yeah.
So the WWE championship is always the big belt. It always has been. I'm concerned about that title at Mania. If that makes
I
sense,
just,
I'm
I
concerned.
think they have. I mean, again, with them only confirming one match so far at Mania,
Yep.
there's going to be so much going to happen between after Chamber and Mania itself.
Yeah.
As long
Because
as there's no injuries,
we
legitimate
realistically,
injuries, not storyline injuries,
yeah,
um, it could be a wild ride still.
because we don't know when Braun's coming back.
Nope.
It could be
Hell, we
Maria.
don't even know who's going after what women's title.
Exactly. So it's such an up in the air thing. You know, there's another guy we're forgetting about that could possibly be in, you know, could be at Mania, and that's Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
So there's so many out of guys that are out of the picture right now that could interject themselves at any point.
And then you
Uh,
still got to worry about Lesnar as well.
exactly, and I think truly that he fits into Mania, where he's on the marquee and at the table with all those guys. But I think he fights Obafemi at WrestleMania. Of course, Brock Lesnar will be on this coming Monday episode of Raw. Don't know if you saw that, but it is
Yep.
confirmed. Um, so I don't know. Only time will tell, but it's just such a up in the air situation with everything that's going on in WWE right now. Um, it doesn't turn me off. It doesn't make me, I'm not excited for WrestleMania because it's Mania.
Right. Right.
I'm excited, but I'm just concerned. Like we have so many guys that aren't, so many puzzle pieces that need to be in that card that we have
Yes.
no idea where the fuck they fit.
100%.
So
100%.
it's weird. But before we go here, of course, we have a big show tonight, and that is Grand Slam. Uh, Drew, do you have the card with you right now?
I do. And that's
So,
actually the reason I have the pen in my hand.
all right.
My good old
Oh,
Michael Myers pen.
that's awesome.
Yep. Um, I wanted, like we did for the last few pay-per-views,
Mhm.
let's write it down. Let's see if our predictions are going to do it. We got to do a whole lot better than we did last time.
No,
Got to do better. We were like, what, 2 for 9 or 3 for 8, whatever last time. We
we were
got to
like
try to do
three
better.
for eight. That was the worst predictions in this show's history.
Right? So we've got John Moxley versus Takeshita for the Continental Championship.
I think John Moxley gets the win there. As much as I love Takeshita, I don't see them letting him beat a main event guy like Moxley. I don't know. It's up in the air. Either way, I'll be happy, but I'm going with Moxley.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be happy either way, but I like this babyface side of Moxley, so I'm gonna say Moxley as well.
Yeah.
All right, and then next, I'm guessing, um, Adam Page versus Andrade to see who's gonna be the number one contender.
So we all know how I feel about Adam Page. I've said it
Yeah,
multiple times. My gut is telling me Hangman, but my body and heart and soul is saying Andrade because he's just been consistently great. So I'm gonna go with my heart here and say Andrade, even though I know that's wrong.
this is gonna be the one time I'm going to disagree with you. I'm gonna say Adam Page.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Next, it looks like the mixed tornado tag. So we got Tony Storm and Orange Cassidy versus the Death Riders.
Yep. This could go either way. Of course, that stipulation is the losing team has to shave their head. Um, this could, this is tricky. Like I said earlier, I don't see Tony Storm losing her hair. So I'm gonna go with Tony Storm and Useless Cassidy to get the W here.
Yeah, I got Orange and Storm as well. So
Orange Storm, that should be their tag team name.
I'm just surprised, like they haven't had Tony's wife interfere as much as they've been forming this intergender tag.
I think that's how it's gonna go tonight. I think she's gonna have
That's how she loses the match is because she gets in the way.
oh oh. See, that could go either way. You know what?
Yeah.
That's in there, but I'm gonna still stick with Orange
I'm yeah,
to get
yeah,
the
I'm still sticking with that too. All right. All right, next is gonna be Briscoe versus Fletcher for
this
the
could go.
TNT championship.
This I think has potential to be actually it doesn't have potential. I think it's gonna be match of the night.
Yeah.
Um, the last two time these two fought, Kyle Fletcher almost fucking died. Um,
Yeah.
so it's gonna be brutal. It's gonna be bloody. It's gonna be violent. Take the kids to bed. I think Kyle Fletcher retains.
I didn't read up if there was any extra stipulations. Like before when they fought, if he lost to Fletcher, he had to join the Don Callis family.
Yeah,
Um, I'm not seeing anything special on this one, but I'm going Briscoe.
it's just a ladder match, which
Yeah, I mean, but because anybody could potentially interfere, so I'm still saying I'm gonna go Briscoe.
I'll stick with Fletcher, man.
All right,
All right,
and then we have the AEW Women's Tag Team Championship: Babes of Wrath versus Mega Bad.
so the Babes of Wrath are they the current champions?
They are.
I think they lose.
So you're saying Mega Bad?
Yep, I think they lose.
I mean, I'm sticking with my girl. I got to go Babes of Wrath.
Yeah,
Harley Cameron is just.
phenomenal.
Mm. All right, and that leaves the Grand Slam Australia main event, the AEW World Championship, MJF versus Brody King.
Man, to me, this is the most layup pick of this entire show. Um, I don't see Brody King winning the world championship. Um,
Dude, as much
particularly,
as they've had the weirdest title changes here recently,
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's up in the
Because
air.
the fact that he beat him the other night, though, that's a thing.
Yeah, and I don't. Here's the thing. I don't think they let Brody King get two victories over MJF. Uh, it's a weird
Or,
thing.
or do you think it depends on who wins the number one contender match as to who could potentially win the actual title tonight? If
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
if there's a retention or not.
yeah. I think that I'll put it this way: Hangman wins. It's most likely going to be MJF getting it. If Andrade wins, I don't know because it's weird. It's weird. This one's to me it was the most easy pick, but now as I'm thinking of it, it's not so easy. Um,
Because Brody King is getting this push that I just didn't expect.
I didn't expect it either, but he is phenomenal. The only thing I
He
will
is.
critique about that guy is his mic skills are garbage.
Yep.
They're so
Yep.
bad. But that's because he hasn't had time to get a microphone and actually talk.
Right.
You know, that's because he just hasn't had a lot of reps put in on the microphone. But I'm gonna stick with MJF here, man. I'm gonna say that MJF comes out of Grand Slam as the world champion, but I'll have a little prediction as to what is gonna happen at the end of the night.
You think by cheating?
I think so.
Hit it with the ring?
I think we get classic MJF behind the ref's back, kind of dastardly tack to get the win. That way we keep Brody strong. Uh, we don't make him look weak because he didn't really lose fair and square, but we keep him
Right.
on max. But we're in Australia tonight, and there's one man who we keep seeing vignettes of who I will scream to the hilltops. And I know I keep saying this at the end of every show. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. But I think my heart.
This would be the perfect time for him to show up.
My heart and soul tells me it's gonna happen tonight, and if it does, I'm gonna cry. I think the Ozzy, the Billy Goat himself shows up at the end of the night, and we get Will Ospreay back in AEW.
All right, so I've got it to where we both think Moxley.
Yep,
You think Andrade. I think Adam Page.
yep,
We're both thinking Orange Cassidy and Tony Storm.
yep,
You think Fletcher. I'm thinking Briscoe.
yep,
You're thinking Mega Bad. I think Babes of Wrath. And we're both thinking MJF.
yep.
But do we have the surprise return of Will Ospreay?
That's gonna be the big kicker, and we keep seeing vignettes of the guy,
Yeah.
and they keep saying we
So
don't.
it's gotta be soon.
Yeah, it has to be, and
Because
to
they don't
me,
have another pay-per-view until they don't really have a pay-per-view until March,
yeah. So I don't know. We could
which
see
is really just around the corner.
we could see him, at Revolution, but they're in Australia and he's not Australian, but he has connections to that Australian fan base
Yep.
more than what people realize.
Yep.
So I know I keep saying at the end of every AEW prediction, man, it's because I'm the biggest Will Ospreay fan on the planet. He's
This is
the best
crazy.
wrestler in the
This
world.
is crazy. This is crazy. It is not a pay-per-view,
Yeah,
but
I
they have
know.
6 matches lined up for tonight.
I know. It's insane.
WWE has a regular pay-per-view and they only have 4 matches on the card.
It's insane.
And it's going to be the same time limit.
Yeah, it's technically not a pay per view, but it feels like a pay per view.
I mean,
So
they confirmed it's going to be like 2.5 hours.
yeah, so we're in for a treat tonight. So
It's going to be
you guys
amazing.
stay glued to your TV, and I know Drew not getting into his personal business, but I know that he needs a night like tonight to keep his spirits up, and I'm excited to be in that Discord channel.
Yep.
This is what
we'll be there.
Yeah. So you guys keep glued to your TVs. Of course, we got a new time slot. Drew, I've been releasing these episodes at 5 o'clock on Friday. I think that's a good medium where everybody's from school.
That'll work.
At the same time. So 5 p.m. every Monday. Every Saturday we record. Sometimes on pay-per-views, I'll jot down a prediction. We will definitely do a prediction for Elimination Chamber, and that will go up the same day of the Chamber. And we'll definitely do a Sunday episode where we recap the show, and that'll go up on Monday. So I love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in with us again. Mr. Magic Fingers himself coming in again. Man, this year's going to be insane for this podcast and the world of wrestling. So just stay tuned. We love you guys. Thank you guys for watching another episode of the Main Event Mafia. And remember, don't fuck with the Mafia.